Played some guard, played some center tonight. Had a miss.
Did he play guard?
Maybe. I thought it. Did he not?
Maybe was he a right guard at some point? I don't remember.
Maybe. I could be wrong.
I only remember the center, but I could be wrong.
Nope, I could be wrong too. But regardless, the struggles were at center because he had a botched snap.
I'm just looking at clips. It was not pretty.
Okay. Yeah, he had a botched snap with Ben Woldridge. He had the holding penalty that put them in bad position. So what's the deal with Strange? What did you see from him? And when we did our roster projection yesterday, I had Cole still on. You had him off. Is this officially over for Cole Strange and Foxboro after tonight's performance?
I think so. It was rough, man. He had 2 bad snaps in practice this week.
Yep.
There was 1 snap between him and Ben Woldridge. I don't know if it was a weird exchange. I don't know who was on, but there was an outside zone play early in the drive that looked funky. Then you had a high snap on a screen that might have contributed to Javon Baker getting called for a penalty. He got walked back once. I think he got walked back twice, actually, or gave up penetration on a goal line play. He had a false start or a hold or some kind of penalty in the red zone that hurt them. He got tossed aside on a run play. It's just, I thought he was better against the Vikings, but he gets ragdolled sometimes. And I don't think that's something that Mike Vrabel will tolerate in his team. They clearly like Cole Strange, like he was an offseason award winner and the guy works his tail off, but I just think he is what he is. The fact that he doesn't bring that center versatility, I think, is the death knell for his time on this team, because now you have Ben Brown who can do that. And also, like, even Caden Wallace is somebody who was younger and maybe fits the play style better, but he was out there longer than Sidy Sow was, which makes me think that Sidy Sow may be the guy who ends up being that backup interior lineman, just because he may not be able to snap, but Cole Strange can't snap either, and Sidy doesn't really get ragdolled quite as much. So, yeah, it was disappointing because, you know, we're pro Cole Strange, the person, on this podcast, but this was a rough performance from him against backups. I don't see how he makes the team, especially considering he hasn't gotten any. He had opportunities with the starters, lost them, has not gotten them back, and has been like a depth player for them. I just think the writing's on the wall at this point.
Yeah, it's tough. I do think that he did only play center in the second half. I think I might have saw Sidy out there. I don't know how I would have got those two confused. I thought he was in that rotation, but Sidy Sow did play some guard early in the first half, and then Strange came in and played center for the second half. And like you said, a couple bad snaps, the holding penalty that, you know, brought them back to. It's just like, it's stuff that you can't have, and it's unfortunate. What do you got? Yeah, Sidy.
I understand that Sidy wasn't perfect tonight either, but like that, no one really won tonight. I just think the fact that Sidy was taken out first was somewhat telling, because there was a backup center. It was Alec Lindstrom behind Cole Strange. Once again, they put in, I think it was Tyrese Robinson, while Cole Strange and Caden Wallace were still in the game. I don't think that's insignificant, because all of those. I think Caden Wallace may have played until the end of the game at left guard, which also makes sense. Get him as many snaps as possible. I think they're going to have more patience for him, though, because this is a guy who's a third-round pick who's learning a new position. But even still, like, bottom line, Cole Strange, it was not good, and he had both mental mistakes and physical mistakes, and you just can't do that.
It's too bad. Again, like you said, we're a pro Cole Strange podcast here, but, you know, trying to shoehorn a former first-round pick as a depth center guard piece. And as you said, someone who was an offseason award winner, who does always work hard, who, you know, is around the building, what have you. Like, it just sucks that they wasted a pick on him and it never really amounted to anything, especially someone who's a good guy like Strange. But just not a good performance, and you got to be a good football player to stay in this game. It doesn't matter if you're nice, as shitty as that is. So.